Over the years, the concept of stealth in military aviation has been a long chased after artifact. We see aircraft like the F-117, more recently aircraft like the F-35, F-22, stepping outside of the US, it was the Chengdu J-20, the Russian Su-57, and then going back to the US, most recently the B-21 Raider. But I would argue no aircraft is as iconic in current development and current deployment as the B-2 Spirit stealth bomber. And we're going to fly one today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to DCS, welcome to the poppin' of the trees, and welcome to a community modded B-2 stealth bomber. Now this aircraft is obviously a community made mod, so we're not going to be too harsh on it. You know, this has been in the works for quite some time. Or sorry, it's existed in the sim for quite some time, but has never been a flyable asset, even in a Flaming Cliffs 3 aspect. So without further ado, well, let me tell you what we're going to do before we begin. We're going to give it the standard sample walk around. We're going to take a look at textures outside and inside, take a look at ornament on the aircraft, and then obviously get it up in the air and deploy some of the weapons on board. So now, without further ado, let's begin. So starting out with textures as we first and always begin with, I do want to preface this with I'm coming down with some illness. I am indeed down with a sickness. Get up, get down with the sickness. And I'm going to do my best to mitigate any not unsightly. What's the term for like sounds you don't want to hear, unsightly stuff you don't want? It doesn't matter. I'm going to try to not make sick sounds, but you can hear it in my voice. You can hear it in the swallowing I have to do in between vocal takes. Do my best, but bear with me. So textures. Keeping in mind this is a community mod, I think that textures are okay. We're not going to be doing any really up close or personal stuff. It doesn't hold up close, which is fine. One thing of note, and it might have to do with my shadow settings, but stuff like the landing gear door just being completely and totally unshaded in this sense, not great. Don't like that. The nose gear door I think is properly shaded, but then if we come back over here, this was also properly shaded. So maybe there's an issue with the shader on the wing, but overall, from a distance, I think this aircraft is perfectly fine for a third-party user-generated module. It's not winning any awards for textures, but I think it's adequate for what we're going to do today. We'll take a look at the cockpit momentarily. Give you another quick look at the engine intake, the auxiliary intakes, and then obviously the exhaust. Nothing super special, but that's okay. Hopping inside of the cockpit. It is business as usual. I'm going to grab my track IR here and turn it on. It's always emasculating putting on your track IR. You feel like you're putting on a barrette in your hair or something, like a little girl. Anyway, textures aren't great inside, and you know, it is what it is. You can fly this and be happy, or you can continue watching other pilots, virtual AI, fly the B-2. It's up to you. So not a whole lot. You can see we've got the modeled ICAS there. Or sorry, the lit up ICAS there, the lit up radios. The aircraft's in a cold and dark state, so we shouldn't really have any of these numbers on here. You do have modeled, you saw me waggling them before, throttle controls, split throttle, as well as working controls. I was not able to find a wheel brakes bind for the aircraft, though, in the settings menu. If we go there real quick, and if we go to the access commands, I don't see anything for braking. So that's interesting. Anyway, let's take a look. Also, I thought this was kind of funny. If I go to the free cam, everything looks a little bit better than the default. But anyway, let's go take a look at aircraft Ornament. So the Ornament suite on this aircraft is actually fairly robust for a community mod. I'm imagining, so there's no visuals for any of the ECM or targeting pods, just like there would be, just like there would be on the real B-2. But we do have a interesting suite of options. And it taught me that I need to up my knowledge on U.S. Air Force electronic countermeasure and sensor information. You've got all your standard pods that would go on something like an A-10 or an F-16, your ALQ-131s, the 184s. But then I saw this Barracks pod. No idea what that does. That's fantastic. So we're going to rock that today. The ELINT pod, I believe, goes underneath the SU-27. I'm going to assume just by the name that that's a Russian ECM pod, so we're not going to rock that. The LLTV, we've had that in the sim for a while. The RKL 609s, those go on aircraft like the SU-35, I believe, maybe the SU-27 as well, and the J-11. Sky Shadow pod, that's pretty cool. That is proprietary to the B-2. And then I have no idea what the SPS-141 does. But we're gonna run it today. As far as Ornament, obviously the B-2 has dual bomb bays underneath. You can see the model there. And we have a interesting selection of AGM air-to-ground missiles, and you also have the rotary launcher option, which is a real option in the B-52, or the B-2 rather. It's also an option in the B-52, as well as some added GBUs, like the GBU-57, a 30,000-pound penetrating bomb. You know we're taking one of those. You know we're taking one of those. And anti-radiation missiles. So that's interesting. So you could, I guess, fly a seed mission? Maybe? As long as you're not being shot at? I don't know. Let's, can I do 2 of these and not overweigh the airplane? The answer is no. And we do have provisions for both chaff and flare, as well as gun. Don't know why we have an option for the gun, but we do. Because obviously the B-2 is not armed with any guns that we know of. So let's take our big 30,000-pound bombs and some of our pods here and see what we can kill. What do we want to kill today? Let's set something up over at the Northwest Field. And let's put a static object. We'll make it red. And probably should do a structure. No, not the air show crowd. Good God, not the air show crowd. Let's do a bunker. Right there in the middle of the runway. We're going to blow it up. We'll make 2 bunkers. Oh, there is a bunker too. That one looks hideous. I'm going to really love blowing that up. All right, let's launch. So, interestingly, I did a runway start because taxiing this aircraft was horrible, and I thought that I just hadn't set up my displays correctly. It looks like they're just black. Now let's try some Flaming Cliffs 3 keybinds here for lighting. It seems like... Oh, no, there's nav lights left and right. Okay. Okay. What else can we do? Navigation lights. We did that. Gear light, right? Alt and L. Thought I did that already. Yep, it's not doing anything. Okay, love it. Do we have animated flight controls? It seems that we do not. How about speed brakes? Well, that's going to be an interesting one. Alright, let's try an air start. Just to see if, oh, we got strobes too. Okay, that's cool. Look at that, the little pop-out, lights. I think that's true to life on the B-2, actually. Yeah, I'm not super well modeled, but I can appreciate little details. Why don't I have working flight controls, though? These are the real questions. So we're going to do an air start. Same loadout. I want to see if I can get the... Oh. Oh my, that's my... Okay. Okay. Alright, well, we're going... old school Flaming Cliffs mode here. I guess we won't do an air start. That's our HUD. Full throttle, and we are on a Flaming Cliffs module. This aircraft is not accelerating the way I thought it would. Yeah, like we're... There's 80 knots. Okay, the aircraft does want to rotate. It looks like it's coming alive. It appears there's no modeled wheel movement. We'll just keep this angle of attack until maybe the aircraft will decide to take off at some point. Getting some wingtip vortices. Shadow's bugging out on me. There we go, airborne. I would say tap the brakes and bring in the gear, but that's obviously not necessary. I've tapped the G key and nothing has happened. Let us try again. Okay, so we're going to ignore that shadow on the ground. Is the G key not here? That's like the default in every sim ever. Landing gear up and down. Let's try left control G. Nope. Right. Like I said, we're going to go back and try an air start. Stand by. Okay. Air start. There we are in the air. Just to prove I'm not cheating anything, we're doing an air start. Now. Screens are still black. How about our gear? It's up. Okay, you know what? Net positive. Take your wins while you can. Let's activate those cool little light pods again on the old B-2. I think this is using the Su-27 as a base model. I could be wrong. Yeah, because you... you should not... Hold on. You shouldn't be able to do this. B-2. And look, I got little ripples coming off of the, we would have shattered the airframe if that was, a real aircraft. But if you want a hyper-maneuverable aircraft, get yourself a Community B-2. But obviously that's not, fully what the aircraft is intended to be for, so let's, check out some of the weapons bays. Or the weapon abilities, I should say. And targeting? Let's check. God. I know Flaming Cliffs 3 has its place, but I can't, left Alt W. Target lock. Yep. Enter and back. I've been hitting enter this whole time, and nothing seems to be happening. What did I say for the override? Alt and W. Looks like we didn't, yeah, we didn't use a bomb. Sorry, I have to keep going back. I'm sick. Something excuses. Weapon fire, and then what's weapon release? Weapon change, weapon fire, weapon jettison. There's no... This is all the stuff I normally do off camera. Weapon change, weapon fire. Okay. Let's try again. Locking. Nothing's happening. Spacebar. Okay, do you think we have a weapon off the rails? Yeah, we do. Look at that big old thing. Oh, my lord. That's a big crater. Almost like it's 31,000 pounds or something. Tell you, the US Air Force should have talked to the maker of this mod to get him to work on the B-21, because to have something this maneuverable in a stealth bomber platform would be fantastic. Oh, look, a train again. I hate living in poverty. I also can't see anything out of the windscreen, which is cool. Because I can't lock these guys, I have no choice but to do a toss bombing. Hear my pilot G breathing? That's fun.
Minimum speed.
Noted.
Minimum speed.
The flight model just stopped.
Minimum speed.
It's so funny.
Minimum speed.
Oh my. Alright, let's see if we can't toss this onto target. I wanted a little bit more velocity than that, but we'll make do. Bombs away. Did we hit? No, we're super far. Alright, since we're here, there's one other thing I want to try. Oh, sorry, bump the mic. Okay, the last thing I want to try today is I want to air-to-air fight a Su-27, or Su-25 rather. I don't want to fight a Su-27. Su-25. And I want to see if he is going to be able to splash us the same way. Oh, he's already turning on me. Alright. Lights on, I guess. Must have put him behind me. Need to bind my cannon, canopy, weapon fire, joy 1. Oh, I need to override my launch authorization, which is that one. Nope. I may have made a mistake here. Stand by. Yep. I'm unable. Can you hear those clicks? That's me trying to shoot my gun. And I can't. This is disadvantageous for us, so I think we're going to call it quits on the old B-2 for now. I know, it's sample. You didn't even check to see if it has a good radar across. It doesn't. I guarantee you it doesn't. It's a community mod. I'm not going to sit here and hold them accountable to make something that detailed. It's a community mod. I think it does have usability. If you're comfortable going back to flaming clips through controls, you certainly can. But for now, I think that's going to do it for us. So call it SU-25 cockpit and the SU-25 flight suit. Anyway, that is going to do it for this video, you guys. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next one. And as always, take it easy.